Okay. Are we live? I think we are. Yes. Live. Yeah. Amazing. Okay. So welcome everybody. I announced the live a little late, so I might wait a few minutes. In the meantime, we might as well go through the bingo board and explain each of the little objectives you had to do for this task. So, if you don't know what this task is, you had this bingo board that you see in front of you, and that is filled with a lot of little objectives. So, for example, break a black brick or grab a power flower. So what you had to do was to pick any row, any column, or even a diagonal to complete. So you had to do every objective in that line of the bingo board. So for example, you did all of these objectives, and that would be your run. For that, you could start in any main stage. So from Bonbon's Battlefield to Rainbow Road, but not any secret stage like Bowser and the Fire Sea. So then you have a bunch of extra rules at the bottom to make sure everyone starts on a fair ground. But the gist of it is you start in any level and you pick any line that you want, and you need to complete it as fast as possible. So the main part of this task is routing, of finding out which set of objectives is the fastest, or which level to complete that set is fastest. So you have a ton of possibilities and you'll never be able to take them all out. But if you have good enough intuition and good knowledge of the game, you can rule out a lot of them. So you don't have to try them. You don't have to try them all. So these objectives, I can go through all of them and explain them, because some of them are special. Some of them have to be done as a certain character, because, for example, you can't make an egg with Mario. You have to be Yoshi. You have to be Mario to wall jump 5 times. You have to be Luigi to walk on water. You have to be Wario to break a black brick. Well, actually, you could collect a giant mushroom and break a black brick with it, but I couldn't find anything else to put Wario to do as a Wario. So that's what you get. Yeah. Then you have some other special objectives, which are the ending objectives. For example, this one is end by dying, end by swimming, end by entering a cannon or a warp, end by entering a loading zone, or end by collecting a star of any type. Any type being either a gold star, a normal star, or a silver star. This game has that. So you have these different endings, and of course you don't have two endings in the same line or column, because it's well made, you know. I spent a lot of work on this. So you have these special objectives, these ending objectives, these character objectives, and along that you have a lot of additional objectives. So break a yellow block, grab a tree or a ball, collect the total value of 20 coins, grab a power flower or wings, take enemy damage, grab a 1-up or a giant mushroom, take fall damage, collect the cap outside of start select. So if you're starting at Yoshi and you select the Wario cap, it won't count for this objective specifically. Ground pound a sign or a wooden post to the bottom. Didn't know you can ground pound signs, and that actually puts them in the ground. And if you do it twice, you can't read it anymore. Collect 2 red coins. Read a sign or talk to an NPC. Don't press B, personal favorite of mine of course. Take fire, lava or damage. Take fire or lava damage. Kill 2 enemies. Grab 2 differently colored coins. Break 2 orange bricks. So these are all the objectives in this board. So now, well, which route's the fastest? Which route, which level is the fastest? That's what we're here to figure out. We've got 6 submissions, but this was a co-op task. So we had a total of 10 entrants, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10 entrants, and we had 3 teams. 4, 1, 2, 3. 4 teams. Alright. With that, I think everything's ready and explained to start on the first task. On the first submission. So, starting off at number 6. We've got a new tasker, Fantastic, with time of 32.42. They choose to run column 4. So column 4 is this one. Grab a tree, grab a 1-up or a giant mushroom, ground on the sign to the bottom, take fire or lava damage, and by entering a cannon or wall. Let's see what they did. Yoshi, yeah, that's what I mean. Fantastic. Starting off in TCM, called out correctly by the really pro. Hold on, let me make a save state. Alright. Starts by grabbing the tree. Straight for the sign. Ground on it twice, get it to the bottom. Getting burned by the fire. Opening up this box, which has a 1-up in it. Very smart. And then going this way, falling here, and getting the Mario cap to enter this one. Okay. Pretty cool route for beginner. Really nice. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't exactly plan that route when I was doing the board. I tried a lot of route and somehow I didn't try this one. So I'm glad to see that even the first person has some sort of route that I didn't think about. One thing I have to say about this is that I think there was a little misconception because I added colors to this bingo because I thought they were pretty, and it doesn't actually mean anything. It doesn't mean you have to do this task as Mario and this task as Yoshi. And I think that's what they did in this run. So if there was a confusion, I'm sorry about that. I think I could have made that more clear. Um, but otherwise, yeah, let's watch it again. Yeah, doing quick for the sign, long jumping over here. A big long jump, landing straight in the fire, so avoiding the fall damage. That's pretty cool. Stream is hidden. Sorry, I need to think about it. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm gonna try to be more careful. I have to make sure I'm using the right thing in OBS. Not used to that. Alright, yeah, going all the way here, taking the Mario Kart just for using the warp. So I think they thought the colors were a requirement. Okay. So very great, good entry for first TAS. Let's move on to number 5. With a time of 21.81. That is 21.81, that is more than 10 seconds faster. We've got Don Pietro. That is a huge jump. Okay. Congratulations to Don Pietro for getting picked. They chose column 3. So column 3 is the one with don't press B. So it's a jumpless task. You had to break 2 orange bricks, take enemy damage, break a yellow block, and end by collecting a star of any type. Let's see what they did. Don't forget to change the scene. Okay. Okay. Which level is it? That's right, it's with Rival. Really tall once again, guessing the course. So taking a hit by the skitter, breaking these 2 orange blocks, taking the walk to go right over here, and breaking this block because it spawns a star, so you can end your task right away. It is a smart route. It is really smart. Look, you've got the skitter at the beginning. There's really not much walking in this task. I mean, not much distance. Skitter, 2 blocks, and then going for the warp, and then the run is over. You know? Congratulations to Don Pietro. Once again, very smart routes. Okay. Next up, we have a bonus from Don Pietro. I asked the contestants to send me their fastest route, of course, but I also asked them to send a route that they really liked and that they wanted to be shown. So this route is slightly slower than their fastest route, and they used column 4 again. Column 4 is grab a tree, grab a 1-up, ground pound sign. It's the one with ground pound sign, take fire lava damage, and end by a cannon or what. So yeah, once again in CCM, also using Wario. So that's Magic Wario task here. Going for the tree. Then for this time, why are they using Wario? Well, that's because Wario can jump on signs to the bottom in only just one hit. So it's really fast. So it's actually a smart choice to use Wario. It's not a meme like it was last time. You know? I didn't even commentate the run. Let's watch that again. I was just guessing about Wario. Oops. Wrong one. Okay. But yeah, Wario is a very smart choice in this case. Here we go! Because pounding the sign is faster as Wario. Grabbing the tree, pounding the sign right here. So very similar to Fantastic's route. But another improvement is that they first break the box, then get hit by the fire, so they don't have to wait for the one-up mushroom to spawn. And then they avoid getting stuck in the snow by grabbing this ledge. And they save a bunch of time by going to this cannon. Because the way we timed it, it's faster to end in a cannon than a wall. So congratulations for this other route that is also very smart and really has some potential, right? It's like, it's 10 seconds faster than the previous submission. Congratulations. But we have to move on. Moving on to the 4th place with a time of 17.45, we have Blinded Death, which corresponds to Biliwa and Zion. I asked teams if they wanted a silly team name, and they were the only one who came up with one, so they clearly win the team name competition. Congratulations to them. And they use row 3. So, row 3, quite a big jump again, yes. Good point. Going to 17.45 is really scary for the contestants right now. Row 3 is this one. Take fall damage, collect a cap outside of star select, collect 2 red coins, ground pound a sign or a wooden post to the bottom, and end by collecting a star of any type. What level did they use? Let's see. Blinded Death. Yeah. Bob-omb's Battlefield. Oh, really told got it wrong this time. Gonna get surprised, maybe. Let's see what they did. I didn't change the scene again. Bob-omb's Battlefield. Let's see what they did. Selecting 5 silver stars. Maybe that's a hint for what they do. Doing a triple jump over here, collecting this red coin, getting this Goomba cap, jumping this pole, once again using Wario because Wario found the pole really fast. Doing a triple jump to get full damage and collecting the star at the end. Wow. This is so smart. Okay, let's watch this again because I've got a ton of things to say. Using Wario once again because he's the best character. Okay, kick, very good use of Wario because then they can go right away here. And here they're sending the Goomba really far away so that when it dies, the silver star spawns at the bottom. So they can take full damage and collect the silver star right away. So yeah, awesome roots by Billy One Zion, which yeah, Zion is a first-time competitor as well. Which so they're doing amazing. I love it. Let's watch it one more time. Brilliant. Yeah. I just realized I have this. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Never mind that. Forget about it. Yeah. This will make it really convenient. The balls, the two reds that are just here. Yeah, it just works out really nicely. Congratulations. No bonus this time. So we'll have to move on straight up to number 3. Number 3, we have, with a time of 17.40, Emily and Migu, using row 3, saving only like 4 frames. This is so close. What did they do different? They picked the same row at least. Okay. Bob on Battlefield? 5 silver stars? Taking full damage here, using a wall jump, long jump, 2 kicks, getting that Goomba, long jump, ground pound, and collecting the star here. This is pretty much the same route, with the only difference being the place that they take full damage. This is the same brain. They saved 4 frames with this different route. Maybe Migu could have made the other way faster? Did you test that, Emily? Okay. Let's watch it again. It is smart to take damage at the beginning, because yeah, you just do that and then go on. Long jump, 2 kicks. Yeah, once again, a better use of Wyron here. That long jump into ground pound is really smart. And then yeah, just diving into the Goomba to because if you attack it in like with a kick or with a slide kick, it goes over the fence. So, but since they took damage at the beginning, they don't need that. you have no idea how to TAS. Yeah, that's fair. But the route is clearly good, you know. Okay, hold on. It's here. It's funny that you didn't even get recoil from the Goomba. And here, yeah, straight up Byron into long jump, into jump and ground pound. And then they also have Warren to go fast after the long jump, and then after the kick, and then after the dive they still have Warren, and a nice finish. Yeah, okay, that's a nice detail. They do a crouch to preserve the Warren. Let me see. I love this figure. See, here, they're crouching because the way Wyron works is that it only goes down if you're walking. So if you wait at this cap, you're gonna lose all the Wyron because before it becomes tangible. But by crouching, you can delay a little bit. You can avoid losing all your Wyron. And yeah, just collect the cap while still having a lot of Wyron left for the rest of the time. Such a good run. Congratulations to Emily and Miku. Okay. So, time to move on to number 2. With a time of 16.97. Not that far, but still a pretty big cut. It's not the frame war that we just witnessed. 16.97, column 3, we have VT Magno and Arcanine. Congratulations for getting second place in this tournament. So column 3, as a reminder, is the middle one, where you cannot jump. You have to break 2 or 1 tricks, enemy damage, break a yellow block, and end by collecting a star of any type. So what level did they use? Well, we already saw this this column 3. So it was in Wet Dry World. Let's load up there. Wet Dry World. Wet Dry World with mid-level prediction from Really Tall. And indeed, why mid-level? Because you can break this box right ahead, get hit by the skitter, fall into the water, touch this crystal, and break this box, allowing you to collect this star. This is really fast. This is really, really smart. This is another route that I didn't think of. I thought about the one that went to the WAP, but this one, so smart. So smart. Getting that box, getting hit by the skitter, and cancelling the damage animation by entering the water. That is some slick optimization. And then barely touching that crystal, and barely making it onto this box. They need to break both of them so they ground pound in the middle, and then they can collect the star. Yeah. It looks really precise. So this is a really cool route. Before they were doing a pause clip, so that's when you pause the game and you can sort of clip through boxes. And apparently that's enough for, maybe that helped. That gave them a little bit more leeway to get onto the boxes. Let's watch this one last time. Optimal swimming, by the way. And here, you might not have noticed, but what they do is that they slide kick into the wall. They bounce off the wall because that bouncing off the wall lets you ground pound. Otherwise, you wouldn't really be able to ground pound on that battle level. So, cool idea. Cool piece of B button challenge tech. I love to see that. Congratulations to BT Magno and Aka. So we didn't have a bonus round in a while, so I decided to throw in a route that I really like. And I'm realizing the time is wrong. Hold on. Okay. So I'm gonna share a route that I really like and that we didn't see in this competition yet, in these results. So with a time of 17.88, slower, barely slower than Magno and Aka, using row 5. Me, of course. Row 5 is this bottom one, where you had to walk on water, grab 2 differently colored coins, break 2 orange bricks, wall jump 5 times, and end by entering a cannon. Oh wow. Apparently people are really surprised. Huh? Really? Okay. I'm glad to be showing it off. Any guesses in chat for what this route could be? This is sneaky. THI? Good guess, good guess. Small THI. Worms Fortress. Ask Luigi. You thought it would be Worms? Yeah, should have said it. Okay, let's see what I did. Selecting a star very meticulously. Okay, so walking on the water right here, collecting 1 coin and another coin, getting the Mario Cap here, and doing wall jump here, and then breaking these 2 boxes and entering the wall. Congratulations to myself for being fast. I don't know. Excellent. I wonder if it's your strat, Daniel R. It isn't. Okay. So Daniel, you barely missed the submission deadline, and you're thinking it looks like yours. You know, I'm excited to see yours. I hope you'd be willing to share what you had in the server after the stream. Let's look at it again. You want to see the water path? Hey, I checked with the script. It's like giving myself a medal. I made a script and then I said, hey, look, it works. You can hear the water, by the way. You can hear that I walk on the water. You can hear doing a cool sequence of wall jumps. Breaking this box, entering the wall. It is so hard to do this glitch. I think I know what you're talking about, Daniel. Yeah. Yeah. I think you were trying to swim in Worms Fortress, which is a really smart idea. If that's what it is, I would have loved to see your task. One thing with this task is that it's not really an optimization task. I mean, we've had some frameworks on the same routes, literally the same idea. But other than that, a good route really makes your task. So yeah, I don't think I could have improved that this much, I don't know if that route could have been fast on Magno and Archer's run. Yeah, I love this wall jump. It gets blocked by the box, but you do another one right away. And then the sad thing about this route is that you have this platform in the way, so you lose a lot of time to get to it. Yeah. So it's time. It's time to talk about the first place. Because, yeah, like, you could try to optimize each of every single route that we've seen so far, and you wouldn't beat first place because they have a route that allows them to go much faster with a time of 13.9. That is 3 seconds faster. We have, of course, Really Tall and Sir Sizzle. Congratulations to both of them using route 3. Using row 3. Row 3. Reminder: take 4 damage, collect cap, collect 2 red coins, ground pound a tiny wooden boss, and end by collecting a star. And yet I say it's not the same route. So where did they do this row? Let's see. Oh. Little Lavaland. How? You're meant to take full damage in Little Lavaland? The level is all flat. It's like a terrible pickup line. Hey girl, are you Little Lavaland because you're hard and flat? Like, no, does not work. And playing as Y once again. What did they do?
Here we go.
Grandtoning this time, doing the double long jump right away, collecting this Luigi cap, taking barely 4 damage here, collecting 2 red coins and getting the silver star. Wow. Yeah. Like, I didn't even know you could take 4 damage here. Let's look at it again. Like, the times are right ahead, like they're right here, so it is a really smart route. Taking the cap. And yeah, with Luigi's higher jumps, he can barely take 4 damage. I don't even... yeah. This is so cool. Okay, let's put slow motion, because even though it's not an optimization task, this one is still really interesting. 147 coins, by the way. You know it's a really not safe file when you've got 147 coins at Little Lavaland. Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. Let's look at this double long jump precisely. Because I did not think we could make it as Wario. But using Y-Run to build, to get a long jump that lands instantly on the sign, so that they can start another long jump at the latest possible jumping point, so that they can barely grab this ledge. Look at that up, like that upward, like this is so close. Going to get the cap, and then yeah, really making the most out of this triple jump by landing on the lower part of this platform, barely touching the lava. And then using a wire run with another long jump, collecting these 2 coins really fast, and then 2 long jumps to finish it off. 13.9. Still can't believe it. I I thought of a route that used row 3 in Elena, but I did not see it going like this. Congratulations to really talent Sir Sizzle. This is not over though. Well, it's pretty close, but they did submit a bonus route. So, hold on. A much slower bonus route. 17.85 would have been fourth if submitted. Usually, if they hadn't submitted the fast one. Column 3 is the one we've seen already where you're not allowed to jump. Column 3 and wet dry world. Maybe we know where this is going.
Let's go.
Yep, middle water. Getting hit first and then opening the box. And then going straight over this fence. And once again barely making it over here. So this is the second place route. So yeah, they got the first place and second place routes. Congratulations. They did lose time over PD Magno and Aka because they got hit first, and so yeah, they had to go through the entire pulling themselves up animation. The animation that PD Magno and Aka cancel. So I think that's what made the difference. Otherwise, it's the same. Did anyone do column 2? Let's see. Column 2 is a really interesting route, and by dying, grab a power flower, collect the cap outside of star selection, read a sign or talk to an NPC, grab 2 differently colored coins. Really interesting route. I think there is definitely some potential here in shifting Sandland. Yeah. Yeah. People in chat are agreeing. You had a column 2 of SSL, yeah. It is really smart because there are signs a bit like under the structure near the pyramid. There's a cap near the pyramid and under that one structure. Same, power flower and wings near the pyramid, near the structure. 2 differently colored coins. There are red coins scattered all over this map, and you can also collect blue coins really fast because there are pokies. And by dying, there are shifting sands everywhere in this map. So yeah. Had an 18.09 for column 2 in LLL. Okay, interesting. It sounds like there are a lot of other routes that have been worked on and that we didn't get to see right here. In LLL, how would it go? Yeah, actually, yeah. Grab a power flower, there's one near the star. Cap. Yeah, probably Wario or Mario Cap. There are signs right away. Two differently colored coins. Yeah. Red coins and yellow coins. And dying in the lava, I suppose. Sure. I'd love to see all of your votes on Discord. I'm gonna move in the vocal chat, I think, to share more of my tests. So yeah, I just want to say, I also thought we might see a route with row 4 in Little Lava Land, because you have a sign at the beginning, you can take fire and lava damage. Killing 2 enemies was the hard part. You need to kill like an eye and a bully. You didn't need to press B because the lava gave you a lot of height, and there was a volcano. So I thought this could have been a good route. Yeah, the enemies were the hard part. Yeah. Okay. It's funny because nobody used Wario with either of the routes that he was meant to be used. And yet, we saw him plenty of times. I'd argue we saw plenty of characters, plenty of different characters. All of them. And we saw them all a fair amount. Yeah. So I'm glad that we got to see a lot of this game's potential. It was a bit different from the usual tasks, but I hope you all had a lot of fun working on this. Thank you to everyone who participated. This was a blast. There's not gonna be another task for a while. I think a series of 3 was good enough. Did we see any Yoshis? Yes, the first submission, I showed had a Yoshi. Okay, can't wait to look at your strats on Discord. If some people want to move to the vocal chat, I'm gonna share some of my other routes here. And on that, I'm gonna close the stream. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to everyone that watched but didn't necessarily participate. I saw that I had a few hundred views on the other riddles, so it's really good to, have other people watching. If you like this, I don't know, let me know. Maybe I'll do other things next year, but not right now. All right, bye chat.